Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net for the last day of May, May 31st, 2023. Before we get started, do we have any emergency or priority traffic for the net? This is Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima, VE1 JBL. My name is Jim, located in English Bridge, Nova Scotia, and I'll be your net controller for tonight's net. This net meets every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Atlantic Time, in the CQ Maritime's room 60207. The net is open to all amateurs in the Maritime province. Live on YouTube at Rob, VE1RMJ, Victor Echo 1, Romeo, Mike, Juliet, so that everyone can follow the net and participate in the chat room. Amateurs will be called in by province. When you check in, please give us your call sign using proper phonetics. After maritime stations are called in, stations from outside the area will get a chance to check in. A reminder, due to a delay in the system, key up for a second or two before transmitting and keep the PTT button on for a second or two after your transmission has finished. Break. First of all, do we have any announcements? Do we have any announcements for the net at this time? Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima, standing by for any announcements. Nothing heard. Let's call in short time stations and mobile stations. Anybody who can't stay for the net, got to get away early, or any mobile stations in the area that would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net, this is your time. Come on in.
Victor Yankee 2, Golf Foxtrot. Foxtrot 4, Whiskey Lima, Quebec. West Dawson Springs, Kentucky, no comments.
VE1 FOX.
Victor Alpha 6, Foxtrot Papa.
Okay, I'll tell you who we have so far. I have BY2GF, KF4 Whiskey Lima, Quebec, Victor Echo 1 Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray, and Victor Alpha 6 Foxtrot Papa. Anybody else on short time or mobile stations like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net? This is your time. Come on in.
Victor Echo 1, Lima Sierra Echo, portable.
Victor Echo 1, Delta Echo Sierra.
Okay, I got two more stations here. I got VE1 LSE and VE1 DES. Let's go to the top of the list here and see George. VY2GF, VE1 JBL. How's things over on PEI tonight?
Good evening, Jim and everybody on the net, and thank you for doing the net. Things here are pretty good, comparatively speaking, and but my hearts are with the people there in Tantallon in that area. I've got some friends there. Anyway, let's pray for rain. So hope everybody has a good week, and we look forward to the net next Wednesday. Victor Yankee 2, Golf Foxtrot.
Yeah, okay, very good, George. And yes, we have actually some of our members that usually check into this net are from the Tantallon area. So our hearts go out to them for sure. There, hopefully everything is fine in their area. And I was just watching the news here, and in the last half hour, there's been two new fires that broke out. One in Bedford, and another one down in Barrington, down in the Barrington area. Another one. That's two new ones just in the last hour here that it broke out here, and more people being evacuated. So, boy, things are in bad shape there for sure. Anyway, George, thanks very much for coming in. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk to you again. Now, I had a station from the States come in here. He just wanted to check in and out there, but if he does wants to come in and say hello there to the net, come on in. Kilo Foxtrot 4, Whiskey Lima, Quebec, from Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima. The name here is Jim. Come on in.
KF4WLQ. Didn't really have any comments or nothing. Just wanted to check in the net real quick.
Yeah, okay, very good. I think the name there is Wes. I'm seeing Wes on the end of your call sign there. So thank you very much, Wes. I think you said you're in Kentucky there. So I really appreciate you coming in there. Thanks very much for taking part in the net there. And this net's on every Wednesday night and takes in all 3 maritime provinces here in Canada, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Prince Edward Island. So you're being heard over the 3 East Coast provinces here in Canada. Thanks, Wes. Have yourself a great evening. Thanks again for checking in. 7-3 for now. Okay, let's go down and see Curtis, VE1FOX, VE1JBL. Come on in.
This is Victor Echo 1, Julie Bravo Lima, Victor Echo 1 Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray here in 3 Mile Plains. Good evening to you, Jim. Good evening to all other operators on the scene. Boy, I wish I could get a set of teeth so I could talk straight. Yes, we're having a terrible time down this way, especially in Tentown and all them fires going on there and all losing them houses. If I recall, I heard someone say today there was 151 houses lost. Well, maybe they're crossing buildings and houses together, but still, that's a lot. That's a lot for down that area. Yeah, no, it's not good. It's this early in the season, this taking place. You usually see that in July or August when it's really warm. So you don't even know what's going to take place when it gets around there. So there's a 50 fine on anybody burning down around this way now. I think it's around a $25,000 fine if you're caught out burning anything. They close all the woods down. You can't hunt, fish, or walk or anywheres in the woods right now. They close you right down there for sure there, Jim. Anyways, good to hear the gentleman there from Kentucky. He sounded real great there for sure. Anyway, Jim, we're on a short time. We're going to leave it at a short time. We're going to say 7-3 all around. Everybody have a great evening and a great rest of the week there for sure. So, Victor Echo 1, Julia Bravo Lima with the Maritime Fusion Net. Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray here in 3 Mile Plains. And we had a temperature of 31 degrees this afternoon, and she's rated at 26 still at this time there, Jim. So take care, my friend. Thanks for calling me in. Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray, well clear. Back to you, Jim.
Yeah, okay, very good, Curtis, and good and everything. Yes, you are correct. It's they've raised it to $25,000. Anybody caught with an illegal burn, $25,000, and I think right now where they've closed the woods and everything, it's even $237.50 if you're caught walking in the woods. So they're really clamping down on everything there right now there. So no illegal burns, no burning, no backyard burns, no campfires, no nothing right now. $25,000 is a lot of money. So, but anyways, that's what they're doing there. They need to do that. And yes, it is 150 homes in Tentown that they've lost so far. 200 structures, 150 homes. 50 homes at least now. 50 homes and cottages lost down in Shelburne. That big fire is going on down there. They've updated that one in supper time there. So they're losing homes and cottages down there also. So it's a lot of problems, that's for sure. And it's not getting any better for another 24 hours. Very, very hot temperatures tomorrow. So hopefully in the weekend there's going to be some rain there. That's what they're praying for. Thanks, Curtis, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, let's go to Alberta and see Francis. VA6FP, VE1JBL, and well, I guess it's not just the West Coast burning now, Francis. We've got our problems here in the East, and there's a couple of big fires in New Brunswick too. Go ahead.
VE1JBL for the Maritime Fusion Net from VA6FP in Wainwright, Alberta. Good evening to you, Jim, and good evening to everyone back home in the Maritimes. Yes, I've been following that on the news. We get oh jeepers, I forget the name of the term they use there, but we do watch CTV Atlantic. I guess that's delayed broadcast or whatever they call it there, but we have been watching it, and I've been shocked by what I've been seeing on the screen. My gosh, you know, when you see it around Shelburne and you know, right across the southern part, it's just unbelievable. And I've seen what was been going on in New Brunswick as well. I wanted to try to check in early today. Thanks for checking me in early, Jim. The reason for it is because we're under severe thunderstorm watch, and I want to make sure I put everything in the ground before I go back upstairs. So, anyway, conditions out here, definitely warm, low 30s here today. Active wildfires out here are 61. There's still 16 out of control. As far as hectares burned, it's just unbelievable. I just can't get over it. We've been praying for rain. We got rain the other day. Well, if you want to call it that, I'd say probably more of a spit. 3.6 millimeters, nothing to write home about. So we sure hope we get more, and I'm wishing the very same for the Maritime provinces. Everyone take care, be safe, and hopefully we'll talk to you again next week. 7-3 all around. Do take care. Thanks, Jim, for doing the net and checking us in early. 7-3 for now. VE1JBL from VA6FP.
VA6FP, VE1JBL. Okay, very good, Francis. Thanks very much for taking part there tonight there. And yep, it's just a lot of problems all over Canada here right now. So, but anyways, we'll muddle through it just like we did before. Thanks very much for coming in, and have yourself a great week there for sure. VE1 LNC, VE1JBL. Good evening, Larry.
V1 JBL, net control, V1 LSC, portable. At work right now, I'm doing ID on people coming in. And I thought, oh, I guess the net's on there. I'm going to try to get into that tonight. I usually don't get a chance getting in the nets very often. Anyway, hope the best for people out there as they put up with this fire and losing their places. I live in a wooded area myself, so they're always kind of worried about something happening up that area on the north side of Berwick. Anyway, they have some out there that don't care, I guess, what they do, throw things here and there, cigarettes, and I hope that they do nail them with them fines. Like serve them right. Anyway, take care, 73 all. V1 LC, pass back V1 JBL, net control.
Yeah, okay, very good, Larry. Good, everything. Yeah, I mentioned to the wife there this afternoon, I said, it's too bad they wouldn't increase those fines. I said, $10,000, that'd be a good shot to somebody there that had an illegal burn, but then they come on at supper time and said, it's going to be $25,000. I said, well, that's even better. so that's good. But anyways, yeah, hopefully that'll stop the people there for sure. I guess you can't fix stupid. That's what the mayor of Halifax said right on television. He said that right on television. So there you go. Anyways, Larry, thanks very much for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. And let's get down and Dawn, VE1 DES, VE1 JBL, down in your area. Are you getting any of that smoke from Shelburne? Over.
V1 JBL, V1 DES. Good evening. Yeah, occasionally when the wind shifts, it drifts up this way. There's a fire in Pumlico as well. I think that's still out of control. Then they had another one that flared up in the Shelburne area, Sandy Point. That one's out of control, and that's joining up with the other one. It's a massive. We do need rain, kind of seriously right now. It's strange. I never thought Nova Scotia would be dry, but you dig down a little bit in the dirt, and it's nothing but powder. Anyway, Jim, you're soon coming up on your vacation, and I hope you enjoy very much. V1 JBL, V1 DES.
VE1 DES, VE1 JBL. Okay, very good, Don. Yeah, you mentioned that Sandy Point. That's the one they were just saying at supper time there that they've given an evacuation order now. So anybody in that Sandy Point area, I guess, has got to go. So that was the latest one that they gave on the news there just before I came online here. They were talking about that there. So yeah, it's hard to believe that much going on. Yeah, we're heading out tomorrow morning, Don. We're all packed up. The truck, the vehicle's all packed up. And just our clothes, a bag of clothes that we're going to throw in the morning. But the car is all packed up and ready to go here, so we'll be leaving in the morning here, and hopefully we'll have a good time over there. It's going to be a lot cooler than it is over here. They're still giving snow flurries up in St. Anthony there, so we packed our winter clothes too, Don. Anyways, very good. Thanks very much for coming in, Don. Have yourself a great evening, and stay safe down there. 7-3 for now. Okay, well that's the short time stations and mobile stations for the Maritime Fusion Net. So we're going to head over to Prince Edward Island. We're going to start into our provinces now. So stations from Prince Edward Island that would like to check into the Maritime Fusion Net, come on in.
B1AIC.
Victor Yankee 2, Whiskey Charlie.
Okay, I got two stations at a time. I got VE1AIC and VY2WC. Any other stations that I missed from Prince Edward Island? Go ahead.
Alpha November.
And hi, Ricardo. I got you in there also. So let's go to the top of the list here and see Ron. VE1AIC, VE1JBL. Good evening, Ron.
Yeah, good evening, Jim.
Taking, you know,
Get things back to normal. With that, Jim, I'll send it back to you. V1JBL, this is BY2 Whiskey Charlie, clear.
yeah, okay, very good, Joey. Good on everything. Thanks very much for taking part there tonight. And yeah, all the best to them down there. There's a lot of people. There are a lot of tired people that have been working around the clock. And they were on there tonight. They were saying they don't want to leave. They're just going to stay there. But anyways, they got to take some breaks sometimes there. So but they're working hard. That's for sure. Thanks, Joey, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. VY2AN, VE1JBL. Ricardo, how are you tonight?
Hi, Jim, Ron, Joy, and everybody on the net. Doing well, thank you. You're right, tomorrow is going to be 28 here on PI. It's going to feel like 34, so that's quite something. The next few days there's going to be some rain, so hoping for rain for all the Maritimes. That hopefully helps. Besides that, planning for field day. The club decided to order some patches from field day from ROL, so they have arrived, and we have our club meeting on Tuesday of next week, so we'll be planning the details and hoping to do a QRP activation on Victoria Park. There's another group doing, I guess, 100 watts activation somewhere else, so lots of activities around field day. Looking forward to that. Thanks for calling me in, and 73 VY2AN.
Yeah, very good, Ricardo. Good on everything there. And yeah, I never saw patches before. I have seen like T-shirts and ball caps and stuff like that, but I've never saw patches before. So good on the patches. Yeah, everybody takes part there, get themselves a patch and get it sewed on there. That's good. Very good. Thanks, Ricardo, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, with that, that's the first round of a Prince Edward Island. So we're going to go to Nova Scotia. Let's go into Nova Scotia. And first round from province of Nova Scotia. Anybody wants to check in the Maritime Fusion Net? Call sign here is VE1JBL. Name here is Jim. Stations from Nova Scotia. Go ahead.
Victor Echo 1 Golf Papa.
1 Bravo India Charlie PIC. Sierra.
Victor Echo 1 Julie Whiskey V1 JW.
Victor Echo 1 Juliet Sierra, VE1JS.
Okay, I'll tell you who I got here. I got VE1GP, VE1BIC, VE1DSS, VE1JW, VE1JS. Any other stations? Did I miss anybody or any other stations want to check in from Nova Scotia stations? Go ahead.
You missed VE1GUI.
VE1 EPD mobile.
Okay, I got two more stations here. I got Joe, VE1GUI, and Edwin, VE1EPD, and he's mobile. So we're going to take you first, Edwin. VE1EPD mobile, VE1JBL. Come on.
VE1GBL, VE1 EPD mobile. I just leaving the house, going to see my daughter, and I've been working all day. Last day of lobster season, so kind of busy around here. VE1GBL, VE1 EPD mobile 73.
Yeah, okay, very good, Edwin. Thanks very much for coming in. And I hear one of the fires is down in the Publico area there someplace. Are you seeing any smoke or anything at your location there?
Yes, from the wharf there was a lot of smoke, and just today it wasn't all that bad. Kind of a little cooler, so hopefully if keep rain or something will come and drag it down. But it's across the harbor on the East Pamlico going east, so it's in the woods so far. V1GBL, VE1 EPD mobile.
Yeah, okay, very good, Edwin. Thanks very much for coming in there, taking the time there. Safe travels, and yeah, stay safe down there with all that's going on down there. 7-3 for now. Okay, top of the list, VE1GP, VE1JBL. Go ahead, Gordon.
Victor Echo 1 Juliet Bravo Lima, Victor Echo 1 Golf Papa. Good evening, Jim. Yes, good to listen to your net tonight, and I certainly sympathize with all the kind words that people have about the fires. I mean, fortunately for us around here in Smith's Cove, it's very quiet and everything is very, very dry. Anyway, I won't keep you, Jim. Good to hear the net going on, and 7-3, Victor Echo 1 Golf Papa.
Yeah, okay, very good, Gordon. Good on everything there, and thanks very much for taking part there tonight there for sure. And we'll chat with you again there, 7-3 for now. Let's go into Emerson C. Ron, VE1BIC, VE1JBL.
VE1JBL, from VE1 Bravo India Charlie. Ron here in Amherst. Yeah, good to hear you there, Jim. Rain coming in Friday night. can be. So yeah, we got to be really careful in the woodlands for the next little while.
Okay, very good, Ron, and everything there. And yes, just in my woods here, I have so many trees down here that it's just a mess in the woods here. The whole province is like that. But my own little area here, yes, I've lost a lot of trees here, and they're just leaning and they're down on the ground, and there's just so much firepower in these woods here right now that it wouldn't take much here. And of course, I've got trees that are next to the cabin here, and boy, I tell you, if it ever went up, there's no way I could save the cabin here. But anyways, it is best. Everybody's got to be careful there for sure. Anyways, Ron, very good. Thanks very much for coming in there today. And yes, we'll chat with you when we get back from Newfoundland there. 7-3. Have yourself a great evening. VE1DSS, VE1JBL. Good evening, Craig. And Wendy wants to stop at the Feast for Chocolate tomorrow on the way to Newfoundland there. And I said we're going to have to put the chocolate in a cooler because they're giving 35 for Annie Ganesh tomorrow. Go ahead.
Thanks, Sean and Ian. Thanks for doing that, Jim. Yeah, it was warm here today. It was that Special Olympics at the Santa University, and it was pushing 30 something today, and yeah, it's going to be hotter tomorrow. Yeah, great. You're coming through, and do a little wave on the way through. Have yourself a great holiday for sure. Did get your email, and hopefully that'll satisfy that. The government was quite appreciative of us helping them out with that chore, so hopefully it'll get rolling there and free up some of those call signs. Nothing else from here. Beautiful, beautiful evening, other than the little critters that have start to gnaw at my nose here. 373, everybody, and everybody stay safe for sure. Forest fires here are have stayed away at the moment in this end of the province so far. Small little things, but nothing major at all, and hope it stays that way. 373 VE1DSS.
The VE1DSS, the VE1JBL. Okay, very good, Craig, good and everything there. And yeah, we've had our little ones up here. I think the last one was in Shinnecock. I think there was a small one there, but they got it under control. Or that was like maybe over a week ago there now, whatever. But everything's been pretty quiet up here, so knock on wood, it stays that way for sure there. But anyways, got to be very careful. Very good, Craig, good and everything. Yeah, we'll beat the horn as we're going through there, and but yeah, we are going to stop there when he wants to go and see all the chocolate there. So we're going to stop there and get a little bite of chocolate there, and then continue on. And we're going to stay in Sydney tomorrow night there. We got a motel already booked in Sydney tomorrow night there. So very good. Very good. Thanks very much for coming in, Craig. And yes, I did. Well, you did see the email I sent to Amy there, and I told her, I said, if you want to be on the list of my silent keys, just let me know, and I can add you very quickly there. And of course, anytime I send anything out, it would also go to her. I haven't heard back from her, but I did send that out there. So just for your information there. Anyways, thanks very much, and have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. VE1JW, VE1JBL. Good evening, Eric.
Yeah, good evening, Jim. Everybody else on the net. Pretty good net going so far. Yeah, beautiful, sunny, and warm day. Early. It's down to 22 now. It was up to, I think, 25 or 26 this afternoon. So warm here, and 28 to 30 tomorrow. So it'll be warm here as well. So we'll probably try to find something inside to do tomorrow. Got a little outside job I was going to do tomorrow, but I think I might put that off until another day when it cools down a little bit. Might be a little warm out there in the middle of the afternoon working out there in the sun. I think the mailbox is going. I got a rusty mailbox, and I bought a new one today, so I got to get some letters put on it and get it ready to put out. Only take a few minutes to change it, but I'll either do it tomorrow evening when it's cooler or something. But other than that, yeah, the fires are terrible. I got one cousin that was displaced out of his house in Hammonds Plains area. And he's staying with some family in the city further. And his daughter seems to be okay. She's in an apartment in the city, so she's all right. But lots of other friends we know that as well that have been there, that have been to place. So hopefully everybody was able to find a place for residence for the time being, and hopefully not too many of them will lose their houses. I know that, like they say, there's 150 odd between the different fires of residents that are gone. So not a great thing, but tomorrow will be a rough day for them. Hopefully Friday, temperature down, and hope they get the same as here. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday is moderate to heavy rain here in the valley. So I hope the other side of the province, they get some of that rain as well, and then certainly make it a lot easier for the firefighters. Hopefully they wish them all the best of luck. Hopefully they can get it out soon. B1JW.
Yeah, okay, very good, Eric. Yeah, good and everything there. Yeah, I was talking to Steve there, and he was telling me that Matthew and his wife there and their little one there, they went down to Bridgewater and had to travel up to Windsor and then back down the highway the other way because they wouldn't let them through Clemens Plains Road there to get down that way. So they went the other way there. So, yeah, I know they brought in 4 more water tankers from New Brunswick today. They got that big fire down in southern New Brunswick there. They got that under control there, so they sent four of their 8 water tankers over to Nova Scotia there. They flew them over there this afternoon, I guess, there. So, anyways, that's a little more help for us there. So, anyways, hopefully everything will, you know, it was special that rain on the weekend there. They're promising us to rain, so hopefully we'll get it. They were saying on the weather there tonight, they said, well, nobody ever wants to see rain on the weekends, but everybody's praying for rain this weekend. So anyways, very good, Eric. Thanks very much for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. John, VE1JS, VE1JBL down in Sandy Cove. And John, are you in any of those areas, or are you getting any of that smoke down there? Go ahead.
V1JBL on the net, V1JS. Good evening, Jim. No, excuse me. Fortunately, touch wood, we have not had any smoke, and we have not had any fire. The one thing that really scares me about living on Digby Neck, if a fire ever got going down here, it would just take the whole neck, and very frightening to even think about it. I feel for the people in Tantallon and down in Shelburne and all the other places. I had the, I don't know what you call it, privilege, but when I was much, much younger, working in Northern Ontario, I got told one hot, muggy June afternoon, along with 2 other guys, get some boots and some proper gear. You're going to go and fight a forest fire, whether you like it or not. And that was fun. We only worked for 12 hours. We worked very hard. And the rural Ontario government paid us for 24 hours at $1 an hour. So you know how long ago it was. It was a rather terrible experience, and I don't want to repeat it. But I don't think they can come and ask me now. I'm too old. Hi. Anyway, 7-3 to all, and we'll talk to you next week. V1JBL on the net, V1JS 7-3.
Okay, very good, John. Good on everything there, and yeah, we'll just keep our fingers crossed here and hope for the best there. 7-3. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. And Joe, I know Joe's down there, I think, in the mix of things down there, if I'm not mistaken there. And I even heard a report there in the news there tonight. They said there's a fire down around Peggy's Cove. So I didn't hear any. I only heard that once. I never heard it again there, so I don't know if that was a rumor or not there. But Joe, how's things down your area there? VE1GUI, VE1JBL.
VE1JBL, VE1GUI. Good evening there, Jim. Here on the Fusion Net here on a Wednesday night. Hump day, they call it here. We call it garbage day. They pick up our garbage on Wednesdays. Yeah, no, it's not been good. We've been watching it. I'm on the island here on Cape Sable Island, and it's gone all down by us from Barrington Lake. Like they said, it's moving like a freight train and going down through the villages and got down in Shelburne town, and they crossed a street and got into another one down across the other part of the town. So I really, in my mind, I can't see how it did it. But man, Had to. They give off another evacuation for them in that area. It was a recommended evacuation, not mandatory just yet, I don't think. Because they give one off here up this way, and not here where we are, but up in Barrington area. They said not mandatory just yet. Well, that was first when it first started. Recommended, so it was like a 2-hour warning. When they come to tell everybody, said, yeah, time to go. Yeah, they had stuff ready to go, but never had it out in the vehicle. Said, nope, you can't go back, you gotta go. So I guess they should have had it all in the vehicles ready to leave, but that didn't happen that way, and I guess they had to leave a lot of the stuff that they had packed. So I guess it's a 2-hour report. Said, yeah, we recommend that you get ready to evacuate. So when they come out and said, you gotta go, then you got to go. So anyway, other than that, I'm thinking that this could be instead of recommended evacuation, but I imagine probably it's just to get yourself braced. So when they said, "Yeah, go," you gotta go. But man, I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. This started way up here at Barrington Lake, and a couple, 3 young fellows, I guess, what I understand, was up on a party, and they started the fire up, and gasoline in a tire, and away she went. So they left it, and I guess the party got overwhelmed. So, but I'm telling you, I don't think I could face the public after knowing what I'd done. But that's not going to put the fire out. You can do whatever you want, but that's not going to put the fire out. But anyway, other than that, on the island, everything so far is so good. But we are packed just in case. You never can tell what could take place today. The wind could change, anything could happen. Take it away there, Jim. Thanks for calling me in. V1G, what?
Yeah, okay, very good, Joe. Good, everything there. Yeah, they were talking to some real senior firefighters on TV here the last couple of days here, and they're amazed too how fast these fires went. Like people were just spotting the fires, but before anybody could get there, it was going like it was just going like a freight train. They've just never seen it go so fast. But it's just the way things are just so dry. But anyways, that's just the way it is. Anyways, thanks, Joe, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, with that's the first round in Nova Scotia. Let's go into New Brunswick and see what's going on in New Brunswick. I know they got a couple of fires going on in New Brunswick there also. So, stations from New Brunswick, I'd like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net. This is your time. Come on in.
Victor Echo 9, Mike Charlie Alpha Portable. Victor Echo 9, Mike Charlie Alpha Portable.
Victor Echo 9, Lima Echo November, VE9LEN.
And Papa Alpha Lima, Victor Echo 9, PAL.
Victor Echo 1, Alpha Japan, Quebec.
VE9AI.
Okay, I got 5 stations there. I got VE9MCA, Portable, VE9LEN, VE9PAL, VE1AJQ, and VE9AI. Any other stations? Did I miss anybody from New Brunswick or any other stations from New Brunswick? I'd like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net. This is your time. Come on in. Nothing heard. Top of the list. Mike, VE9MCA Portable, VE1JBL. Good evening.
Yeah, you won the JBL with the Maritime Fusion Net VE9MCA Portable. Out here at my daughter's in Pine Tree. Yeah, very good, Jim. Yeah, beautiful day, hot. Supposed to be up to 35 tomorrow, I think, so even hotter. We don't really need that now, but anyway, yeah, my prayers and thought goes out to all the people affected by the fire there. It's not easy for sure, especially if you lost your house and everything there. That's a big hit, and it's really scary. You never know what's going to happen there. we're all at the mercy of the environment and the weather. So it's a scary situation for sure. And other than that, no great traffic here, Jim. Just want to wish you a good trip there to Newfoundland. I've been there 4 or 5 times already, and really enjoyed every time. So I'm sure you're going to enjoy yourself there too. People are fantastic there on PEI. There's really good people, and they know how to greet you for sure. So I'm sure you're going to have a good time here, Jim. Anyway, 7-3, have a good night. Hi to Len and Paul and Gary there in Fredericton also coming up. 7-3 to all. VE1JBL, Victor Echo 9, Mike Charlie Alpha, Portable, FT5 that I won at the Smart Symposium.
Yeah, rub it in. Yeah, very good, Mike. Good on everything there, and yeah, very good. And yeah, we're looking forward to it. As a matter of fact, we were watching the Newfoundland news there yesterday, and they've started they start up there in St. Anthony, some big thing that they have every year for the first 7 days or 10 days of June. It's welcome to spring or whatever it is, and they have a lot of kitchen parties and stuff. And it's of course all the icebergs going by. Of course, that's what we're going up there for, is to take a boat ride out, see the icebergs and everything. And but a lot of kitchen parties going on up in St. Anthony there. So we may even get to take in a couple of those there. But the temperatures are still cool. It was still flurries there yesterday, Mike, and +5. I think +5 is the highest that I see, even when we're there. It's going to be +5 and chance of rain showers. So when we're out in that boat in the North Atlantic there looking for icebergs, we took our winter clothes with us for sure. So anyways, we're going to have a good time, that's for sure. Thanks, Mike, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. And VE9LEN, VE1JBL. Good evening, Len.
Yeah, VE1JBL, VE9LEN. Good evening to you there, Jim. And Mike, geez, that radio's got nice audio. Nice and strong and not overpowered, and beautiful signal here to Shediac anyway, and it sounds real good. Just thought I'd mention that. Outside of that, well, you know, we had beautiful weather. We're enjoying it so far. Yeah, the heart goes out to the people that lost their houses and all their belongings. You know, there's stuff that you can't replace, and you know, it's hard for all of them. But anyway, they'll get through it. But it's not the best of all people. But that's part of life, I guess. Some do get some breaks, and some other ones don't. So there you go. And that's it from here. So we're enjoying the nice weather. Not crazy about the 35 that Mike was saying. But anyway, if it's too hot outside, we'll go inside to where the air is a little cooler with a mini split. So there you go. That's it from here. Back to you, Jim. Thanks for doing the net. VE1JBL, VE9LEN, we're clear. 7-3.
Yeah, okay, very good, Lynn. Good and everything there. And yeah, they were actually on the news tonight. They were talking to a couple who had left home in the morning before all this started. I guess that's 2 days ago now or whatever. But they went to the city, or they went someplace. I forget where it was they went to. But then when the fire started up, by the time they got home there, the supper time that evening, they couldn't get back in. They wouldn't let them back in or whatever it is. So they have absolutely nothing, Lynn, except the clothes in their back. That's it. That's all they have. They lost the house. The house is gone. Everything's gone. And they just went to town, and when they come back, there's nothing. And it's all they got is what the clothes on their back there. So, boy, I'll tell you, I just can't believe it. You know, but anyways, it's just and there's a lot of families that are like that that's going on there now. So we'll see how they make out down there for sure. Anyways, Lynn, thanks very much. Have yourself a great week there. 7-3 for now. And Paul, how are you tonight? VE9PAL, VE1JBL.
Yeah, VE1JBL, this is VE9PAL. How you doing there, Jim and Mike and Len and everybody else on the net? Yeah, she's still 26 degrees here in Irishtown. She was warm today, let me tell you. Just stacked a little bit of the wood there and did the guard for the wife there. Just the first cut anyway, just to loosen up the soil there with the tiller. She was hot. Yeah, my heart goes out for those people there out there that lost everything. Boy, I just hope the insurances are going to cover it. My thoughts and prayers go out to them too there. Boy, that's sad, boy. I mean, you work so hard all your life there and all of a sudden, boom, gone. But anyway, you guys all have a great week. Take care. V9PAL.
Yeah, okay, very good, Paul. Yeah, they were mentioning the insurance, and I guess if you do have house insurance, whatever, it does cover it. It does cover it there. So they said that once all this settles down or whatever it is, the insurance companies will be out there and see everybody, whatever. But boy, it's going to take quite a time, that's for sure. And yeah, it's just too bad, that's for sure. But anyways, but some people are all positive. There was 2 or 3 ladies they were talking to there that they all lost their homes, and they said, well, you know, everybody was fine, so we'll just rebuild. So anyways, I guess that's the way to look at it. Thanks, Paul, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Let's go into Westcott and see VE1AJQ, VE1JBL. Good evening, Bob.
Good evening, Jim, and all on frequency. It's very, very windy here. Fortunately, we haven't smelled any smoke today, but the fires out west was a little concerning. You could smell the smoke every once in a while, but other than that, things are pretty dry. The wife decided she was going to plant her pots today and couldn't do it outside, too windy, so I had to move them into the garage for her to fill them in. So other than that, there's nothing new, stranger starting from the windy part of New Brunswick. VE1 JBL, VE1AJQ.
Yeah, okay, very good, Bob. Yeah, it was pretty windy here most of the day here, too. I'm just looking out the window here, and, yeah, leaves are still moving around here. And, yeah, when we went to town today, Bob, just before we come off the Tyndall Road there, we're up pretty high, and we can actually look over the marsh area all the way into New Brunswick there, like over towards Jollycure and places like that. And there was a lot of smoke. There was a lot. Well, I'm guessing it was smoke. I don't think it was anything else there, but there was definitely something when we looked over that way there, because it was everything was quite smoky over there for sure there. So something, but I mean, maybe it was those fires from New Brunswick too. I don't know. It's hard to say like where the smoke was coming from. There's just so many of them. But anyways, yeah, that's very good. Thanks, Bob, for coming in. Have yourself a great week there. 7-3 for now. And finally, let's go up to Fredericton and see Gary, VE9AI, VE1JBL. The young fella get his car home there, Gary. Go ahead.
Yeah, VE1JBL Net Control, VE9AI. Good evening to everybody. Mike over there and everybody else. And yes, he got his home, but unfortunately, when he got here, the passenger side and the front was smoke rolling off of it, and you couldn't even put your hand near it. The other side was cool, so it looked like the brakes locked on there, so caliper must have seized up. So he called where he got it, and they sent down a tow truck and took it back up to Woodstock to fix it. And they're going to deliver it back. So anyway, so it turned kind of bad there after I was talking to you. Anyway, nothing else. Have a good trip, Jim, and we'll chat with you when you get back. Back to Net Control, VE9AI.
Yeah, okay, very good. Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, everything was going along fine there when we chatted yesterday there, but that's too bad. But well, luckily, like I say, they're going to take it back and fix it. Hopefully, pay for it all and everything. So I guess that's that's a good thing down the road there. So very good. Okay, very good, Gary. Thanks very much for coming in. Have yourself a great week there. 7-3 for now. Okay, with that, we've completed one round of the Maritime provinces here, so right now I'm going to open it up for anybody from outside of the Maritimes. Anybody from outside the Maritimes, I would like to check into the Maritime Fusion Net. This is your turn. Come on in.
N1CDN, November 1 Charlie, Delta, November.
This is W82QYD, Pelham, New Hampshire, USA.
Very good evening, gentlemen. We've got Florida and we've got New Hampshire in here. Anybody else from outside the Maritimes besides N1CDN and Whiskey Alpha 2, Quebec Yankee Delta? Any other stations from outside the Maritimes? Now, will I check in the Maritime Fusion Net? Go ahead.
Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie, VE3AC.
And I got Frank on the end there. Good evening, Frank. Okay, let's go to the top of the list there. N1CDN, VE1JBL. Steve, I suppose you're getting pretty well packed up to head out up north here, too. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Jim. V1JBL and 1CDN. We'll be packing up the RT on and heading up there. We're going to leave here hopefully about 1 o'clock Friday afternoon. She just corrected me, 1:30. And make it up as far as Savannah, Georgia, and get a room for the night there. And then we'll probably park somewhere between Boston and New York for the next night, and then we'll make it into Shediac on Sunday. Looking forward to the drive. It's going to be a good time going up to see the grandbabies, as you know. But I hear you guys talking about the fire. The fires up there are insane. And I love it how people will say, I can never live in Florida. You get hurricanes. You know, I can see those coming from a week away. So, no, it's not hard to get away from a hurricane. But, you know, we've been extremely drought conditions here. They refer to it as extreme drought. And only over the course of the last 3-4 days, I think we've had 3 out of the 4 days we've had some good, steady, heavy rain. So it's a relief, and I hope you guys get some too. In fact, I just waxed and washed my car, so I'm sure I'll be bringing it with me. So with that, no radio in the car, but I might just bring one to install while I'm up there. So we'll see what happens. So back to net control, guys. Good to hear you all. Be safe, and we'll talk to you next time. Next time from up there, it looks like 7-3 from the south and 1 CDN.
N1CDN, VE1JB. Okay, very good, Steve. You guys have a safe trip up north here, and too bad I won't be around to chat with you here. But we'll be on the rock there. We're going to be traveling for 10 straight days there. So every day we'll be going to a different part of. Well, not every day, but a couple of days we're staying up at St. Anthony in that area there. But we'll be boating. Or driving here, so we're going to put lots of miles and kilometers on here in the next 10 days for sure here, Steve. Never been to Newfoundland, so this is the first trip for me, so really looking forward to it there. Anyways, yeah, safe travels, and enjoy yourself up here, and we'll talk to you again there for sure when we get back home there, 7-3 for now. Okay, let's go see Peter in New Hampshire. Whiskey Alpha 2, Quebec Yankee Delta, Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima. Come on in.
On Pelham, New Hampshire, and I guess there's a band opening, because I normally don't hear young repeaters, but make it in. So I'll say,
Whiskey Alpha 2, Quebec Yankee Delta, Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima. Okay, very good, Peter. You were quite broken up there. We didn't get too much of that. You came in good and strong at the first there, but was quite broken up after that. So probably conditions in that from where you're at there. But I did see you were getting into the Yarmouth repeater there. I'll give you one more try, Peter, if you want to try it again. Try it one more time there. Go ahead.
it seems like I'm doing Take care. W-A-2-Q-Y, do you be clear?
Okay, very good, Peter. We got most of it that time there, and but thanks very much for coming in. I really do appreciate it there, and have yourself a great and safe week down there for sure. 7-3 for now. And let's go up to Sudbury and see Frank. VE3AC, VE1JBL. Come on in.
Well, good evening, Jim, and the rest of the gang. VE1JBL, this is Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie Frank here in Sudbury, as you mentioned earlier with your introduction. And my heartfelt prayers to everyone that's been affected by the fires out there. In fact, it's gotten so bad over here as well that the city has banned any sort of outdoor fires, open flames, and the whole bit, and are monitoring the situation. We do have our share of fires down here as well in this area, at least not too serious, I don't think. I know that they mentioned one not too far away, but apparently it's under control. But yeah, very hot. In fact, later on this afternoon, we got a heat warning on the weather app. So very, very hot, but I love it. I love the heat. You know, just too bad that with extended heat comes dryness, and that's why we have to be very careful of our surroundings and the whole bit. But we are expecting to get some rain this weekend, so hopefully it reaches over there as well, and can help you out with your fire situation out there. So anyways, with that, not much more to report. So it was nice. It's nice hearing you all on there, and I'm going to have to disconnect the repeater from this Wires X connection shortly, since we may be having our net on this repeater. So anyways, with that, take care, everyone. This is Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie, waving a hand and saying 73s.
Yeah, okay, very good, Frank. Good and everything there, and yeah, you guys stay safe up there also, and be careful, that's for sure. So 7-3, and have yourself a great evening. Okay, with that, we've gone outside the Maritimes, and we've gone one round of the Maritimes. So let's start round 2 of the Maritime Fusion Net. Round 2, starting with Prince Edward Island. Any other stations from Prince Edward Island like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net? This is the second round. Come on in. And second call for Prince Edward Island. Any stations from Prince Edward Island that would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net? This is the second round. Any stations from PEI? Come on in. Nothing here from PEI. Let's go into Nova Scotia. Second round. Stations from Nova Scotia that would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net. Second round. Go ahead, please.
Victor, Echo 1, Charlie, Tango, Portable, VE1CT, Portable.
Okay, I got Robert in there, VE1CT Portable. Any other stations from Nova Scotia that like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net? Stations from Nova Scotia, second round, go ahead.
Victor Echo 1, Mike Uniform India, VE1 MUI.
Wow.
Victor Echo 1, Charlie Alpha.
Okay, I got 3 more stations that time. I got VE1 MUI, CK1 PS, and VE1 Charlie Alpha. Any other stations? Did I miss anybody from Nova Scotia? Stations from Nova Scotia, go ahead.
Victor Echo 1, Whiskey X-Ray, VE1WX, Mobile.
And they got Derek in there with a special call sign with the CK1WX, Derek on the radio there. So we'll call you in by that one. Okay, let's go top of the list and see Robert. And I think you're back online, are you, Robert? VE1CT, VE1JBL. Come on in.
VE1JBL, VE1CT returning. Good evening to you, Jim, all on frequency. Yep, we've got internet back, so if, of course, summer's coming, if anyone needs time off, vacation or whatever, let me know, and I'll jump in and keep the net alive for us here. Hey, yeah, I think this is the first time I've been speaking with you since Spring Hill, so hey, glad to meet you there, and hopefully we'll get a few more times together. Well, thank you very much for doing the net there as usual, Jim. Great job as usual. And look forward to everyone's check-in tomorrow morning at 07:30 with the Maritime 2-meter wake-up net. Nothing further, I'll pass back to you, Jim. VE1JBL, VE1CT 73, and everyone have yourselves a great and safe evening.
Yeah, okay, very good, Robert. VE1CT, VE1JBL. Yeah, good to have you back online there for sure there, and glad you got it straightened out there. And yes, it was great to see you at Smart this year. I was really happy that we got to talk there for a few minutes there anyway. So, and hopefully we'll do it again. And the young lady that brought you up there, thank her very much for bringing you up there and taking part there. So yes, it was really nice to see you there. So. Very good. Thanks, Robert, for everything. And yep, maybe you'll probably get a lot of check-ins there tomorrow morning on the wake up net there. And so take care. 7-3 for now. And Matt, VE1MUI, VE1JBL. You didn't say you were portable there or mobile or anything, so maybe you're home there. VE1MUI, VE1JBL.
VE1JBL and the Maritime Fusion Net. VE1MUI. Good evening there, Jim. Everybody on the network here tonight. Yeah, I'm home QTH there for tonight. Got home yesterday and taking off tomorrow there, so running around. Oh, that I guess a little tense situation around this end of the province. All the fires and going on, but we're very fortunate here that we don't have it here in Pimlico and it's in East Pimlico. On the opposite end of the harbor, and so far it's going away from the houses, is working its way towards the lake there. So it keeps flaring up in the afternoons, and right now I don't see as much smoke coming out of there. So it seems like it's a little bit died down there for now. So and I kept busy all day today. Changed the starter in my son's car this morning. I just got done mowing the lawn here earlier, and relax a bit and hit the road tomorrow. So 7-3, everybody have a good week. Hope to catch you next week. VE1JBL in the net, VE1MUI.
Yeah, okay, very good, Matt. Good and everything. And well, I'm glad that the fire was away from here. I did hear there was a fire down in Pimlico there someplace, but I have so many people from Lower Pimlico, Upper Pimlico, West Pimlico, East Pimlico. Boy, it must be a big area, that's for sure. but anyways, I'm glad you're safe in your area there for now. So take care, and 7-3 for now. Okay, let's go see Peter. As Charlie Kilo 1, Papa Sierra, Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima. Go ahead, Peter.
V1JBL in the group, V1PS, coming through the AEH repeater this evening. I'm down at Masstown right now. Just spent the afternoon doing 2 fire patrol flights out of Divert, and did the Central District, which took me up around you guys and then back down to HRM and across and down the Eastern Shore. And back up across the valley and so on. And yeah, it's rather disparaging from that perspective as well. The smoke coming up in different places out of Hammond's Plains area and that sort of thing. And I heard earlier you mentioned a fire near Peggy's Cove, and actually we saw that. I think probably caught it just as it was started and called it in. So on our second mission, it was out, so I think it was taken care of quickly. And yeah, it's quite a view up there. Coming back, dealing with smoke from the eastern shore, actually all the way around and back over to the Fundy at 2,000 to 3,000 feet. It's quite smoky. So anyway, with that, Jim, I'll turn it back to you. V1JBL in the group, CK1PS.
Yeah, okay, very good, Peter. Yeah, I forgot that you do the air patrols there with that stuff there. So very good, very good. And yes, you probably would have got quite the sights there for sure there. So and I think you said you were up in this area here, and didn't sound like there was anything we got to worry about there so far. So, but anyways, yeah, it's just a tragedy, that's for sure. But anyways, very good, Peter. Thanks very much for coming in. Have yourself a great evening there. 7-3 for now. And let's go see Robert down in Oxford. VE1 Charlie Alpha, VE1 JBL. Go ahead.
VE1 JBL, VE1 CA. Yeah, Rob here in Oxford. Good evening to you, Jim, and all those on frequency this evening. Not too much to report here. Definitely been following along with all the wildfires that are going on, and just my sympathies to all those that are in being evacuated and worrying about their homes and stuff and their pets and things, and just hope everyone will be all right, and hopefully this stuff can calm down. Especially we got some rain coming up there soon, so hopefully that will can't come soon enough for sure. Hopefully it'll be enough to calm some of this down. Anyway, I won't keep it. You and everybody have a great evening. 7-3 VE1 Charlie Alpha clear.
Yeah, okay, very good, Robert. Good at everything there, and yeah, it's. I was on. Well, I sent out that notice there a few days ago to everybody there about the all the scanner stuff on Broadcasticity. You can go on there and bring up the Halifax area fire departments and everything. It's there was over 4,000 people monitoring that scanner frequency the other night there when I was listening there. So I imagine they're still very active because there's a lot of action still going on there. So it's quite a active frequency there to listen to there. So anybody can go online, go through Broadcasticity, and bring up Nova Scotia, then bring up the Halifax area. You'll see that on there. I think the last time I saw was over 4,000 people listening in on that, so a lot of action on there. Anyways, very good, Robert. Thanks very much for coming in there tonight, and of course for everything you do with the recordings there and everything. So appreciate it. Have yourself a great week. 7-3 for now. Last but not least, let's bring in Derek with his special call sign, CK1 Whiskey X-Ray, VE1 JBL. Come on in.
V1 JBL, CK1 WX. Good evening there, Jim. Good evening to all on frequency. And yeah, we're sitting here at home just in the yard. Did a few errands earlier, but quite a bit of haze, smoke haze in the air here in the valley, like Pete had mentioned there with his overflight. And we've been pretty darn lucky here in the valley. No major outbreaks, large fires or anything like that, but also monitoring scanner frequencies, social media posts, and all the ramblings associated with that. I'm glad to see the province actually stepped up in trying to enforce some of these laws with the illegal burns and things. I look forward to hearing or seeing pictures as well from your Newfoundland trip coming up. Enjoy and travel safe. Don't know if you'll be doing any APRS tracking, but let me know. If so, I'll try to keep track of you there. And other than that, that's all I can really think of. We've been following some of the smoke stuff in association to the fires on firesmoke.ca if you haven't used it. I'm not too sure how accurate it is, but they do say it's supposed to drift my way in the overnight hours, but quickly dissipate in the morning. So keep the windows closed, I think, in the overnight hours here in the valley tonight.
Other than that, gosh, I don't know what else to say. If anybody needs any help or assistance affected by fires, more than willing to lend an extra set of hands if people need be. I know my sister had been affected by the evacuation zone near the Tantalon area there, and was in contact with Emil, VE1 Echo Papa. He's doing well. Took him an hour to actually drive out of Hammond's Plains during the congested times there when they first started to ask for evacuees to leave there. So anyway, Jim, won't keep it 7-3 all, and for goodness sakes, do what you can to breathe safe and stay out of harm's way. VE1 JBL, enjoy your trip. CK1 WX.
Yeah, okay, very good, very good and everything, and yeah, hopefully she's doing all right down there, that's for sure. And no, we won't have 8 prez on the vehicle. We're taking the wife's vehicle, Derek, and you'd have to see it. There's hardly any metal on the whole car. It's either plastic or glass that's on that car. So there's no place to put antennas, no place to put anything there. So, but anyways, yeah, I may take my portable. I'm not sure here. I can look at my FT70 there. I may take that with me, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not. There, we're gonna be busy. So. We'll see how we make out there. Anyways, thanks, Derek, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening, and 7-3 for now. Okay, with that, that's the second round of Prince Edward Island and the second round of Nova Scotia. So let's go into New Brunswick and see if we can get any more stations out of New Brunswick. Stations from New Brunswick, second round. Anybody like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net? This is your time. Come on in.
VE1 Oscar Lima, VE1 OL. VE1 Tango United.
Okay, I got 2 stations that time. I got VE1OL and VE1 Tango United. Any other stations? Did I miss anybody or any other stations from New Brunswick that would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net? This is the second round, so stations from New Brunswick, go ahead. Nothing heard. We'll go to the top of the list there. Aubrey, how's things up in Quispam tonight? VE1OL from VE1 JBL.
Good evening, Jim, and everybody on the net tonight. And hi to Dennis there, VE9TU or VE1TU, whichever it is. Beautiful day here, Jim. Got up to about 74 degrees Fahrenheit. And just a nice, comfortable temperature. Not as hot here as probably inland, but that's what's living closer to the coast gives you. And I had a neighbor come in to do me a couple of favors here. Otherwise, I would have called in earlier. I was all set to when he arrived, so I'm glad the net is still going now. The hummingbirds are really here in abundance now, Jim. I have one feeder. It's a glass one, and it's got all kinds of different colors on it. I got it from Amazon, and I've got it hanging out just outside the bow window and here in the kitchen. And so I can sit at the kitchen table and watch them. It's a busy spot. Anyway, nothing else to report from here. I really feel for the people who are affected by the fires, and especially those who have lost their homes. What a terrible situation that would be. I just can't imagine what they're going through and what the future holds there. It's just you just can't describe it. All I can say is my heart goes out for them. Anyway, thanks for doing the net, and everybody have a great night. Back to you, Jim. VE1OL.
Yeah, okay, very good, Aubrey. Yeah, good and everything there. And, yeah, good on hummingbirds. Yeah, we got quite a few here also, Aubrey, and I've actually took all hummingbird feeders out of the garage, cleaned them all out, and hung them all up. I usually only have a couple out there, but there's been quite a few of them around this year, so I've actually filled them all up. Of course, we're heading out tomorrow. We're not going to be back for 12 days. So I filled them all up and put them all up there. So hopefully that'll keep them entertained until we get back home there. So yeah, good on everything there. Yeah, very good, Aubrey. Okay, have yourself a great evening there, and 7-3 for now. And let's go up to Ferguson and see Dennis. VE1 Tango United, VE1 JBL. Come on in.
VE1 JBL. This is VE1 Tango United. Good evening, Jim. Good evening to all on the net. A special hello to my old friend there, Aubrey. Oh, well, Aubrey will be giving me the call one of these days. And it's very, very hot in Fredericton. My thermometer showed 35. So too hot to sit outside in the deck. And today we turned the air on, I guess, for the first time. So, otherwise, very quiet, Jim. So we'll turn it back to net control. This is the VE1 Tango United.
Yeah, okay, very good. That is good. Everything there. Yeah, we went to town today, and I purchased an old truck here over the winter, and we took the truck to town there today, and I turned the air conditioner on for the first time, and it's about a 50-50 thing. I don't know if it was just cool air that I was hoping that was on it or what, but yeah, I think it needs to be recharged or something. But it's a 23-year-old truck, so it might be more than that. So. But anyways, it wasn't the best. But anyways, it was a very warm day here. But we're going to get the natural air conditioning when we get to Newfoundland there, Dennis. It's still only +5 at the height of the day, and up in St. Anthony, and they had snow showers there yesterday morning. So showers for most of the day, and we're going to go out in the Atlantic Ocean there, chasing icebergs. So we've already packed our winter clothes and everything, so we can get on the boat there. So we'll be back into winter here in a couple of days here. Anyways, very good, Dennis. Thanks very much for coming in, and have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. And with that, we've completed 2 rounds of the Maritime Fusion Net, the 3 maritime provinces, and golf both sides. What we're going to do now is we're just going to open it up for anybody, anywheres, inside or outside the maritime provinces. Anybody like to check into the Maritime Fusion Net before we close? This is Victor Echo 1 Juliet Bravo Lima. Name here is Jim, and we're located in Tignish Bridge, Nova Scotia. Any stations for the Maritime Fusion Net? Go ahead. Nothing heard, so we're going to make this the last call. It is 19 minutes past 8 local time, so this is going to be the last call. Last call for the Maritime Fusion Net for May 31st. Last call for the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Victor Echo 1 Zulu X-ray VE1 ZX.
Okay, I got Brad in there, VE1ZX. Anybody else? This is the last call. Last call for the Maritime Fusion Net. Any other stations before we close? Go ahead. Well, Brad, I guess you're going to close up the net here and wrap it up and put a ribbon on it. VE1 Zulu X-ray, VE1 JBL. How's things down in 2 Islands? Go ahead.
V1 JBL with the Fusion Net, V1 Zulu X-ray. A very good evening, Jim. Very good evening to everybody on the frequency here. Well, things are windy all day. Never stopped. Never stopped for the last 2 days. I'm glad we haven't got any fire down here. Man, should be really going. Thanks, Jim, for checking me in there, and have a good trip up there. And give me a comment on that new system you got there? V1 JBL, V1 Zulu X-ray.
Yeah, okay, very good, Brad. Good and everything there. Yeah, it was windy here most of the day here too, and yeah, the leaves are still not as bad as it was earlier, but anyways, it was windy here all day, also, especially in town when we were in there. The new system's working great, Brad. I don't think I'd ever go back to the other ones now. Go ahead.
Yeah, me too, Jim. Yeah, working great here. A little stutter every once in a while, but it was better than what we had there. 7-3, have a good trip. Catch lots of icebergs there. Aye. V1 Zulu X-ray and 2 Island Parkerville.
Yeah, okay, very good. We're going to take lots of pictures there for sure, and we'll put them on something when we get back home here. But yeah, we're going to chase down the icebergs and the whales for sure there. So we should have a good time there. You'll see us in our parkers and everything. You'll think it was the middle of winter there. Anyways, very good, Brad. Everything great, 7-3 for now. And with that, we're going to close the net here. We've got 33 check-ins tonight, so I want to thank everybody for checking in and taking part in the net there tonight. We also want to thank the owners of the repeaters and the nodes who linked in tonight for helping us expand the area for local hams to check in. For more information about the Maritime Fusion Net, go to the Moncton Area ARC website at www.maarc, that's Mike Alpha Alpha Romeo Charlie, @ca, and click on Club Activities/Nets. Now that has concluded, the CQ Maritime Room is now open for general use. This is Victor Echo 1 Juliet Bravo Lima, VE1 JBL. Name here is Jim, located in Tignish Bridge, Nova Scotia. Signing off. Good night, all.
Jim, VE1 JBL, VE1 OL.
Yeah, go ahead, Aubrey. VE1 OL, VE1 JBL.
Yeah, I have to mention that you should take your FT70 with you. It doesn't take up much room, and they might be sorry you didn't take it. Anyway, though, the reason I'm calling, I haven't heard Vern, VE9 VEA, for 2 weeks. And he's usually calling into every net, and maybe I've missed him. But if I'm not missing him and something's wrong, I hope he's okay. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that. Back to you, VE1 OL.
Yeah, okay, very good, Aubrey. Well, it's funny that you said that, because just as I was closing the net, I was saying to myself, I didn't hear from Vern tonight. Now, I did hear from last week, I'm pretty sure. I did the net last week also, and I'm almost 100% positive he did check in last week. So I'm not sure what's going on there. He just may have problems, or he may have forgot about it or something like that there. But yeah, I wouldn't be too concerned yet, because like I say, I'm pretty sure I heard him on there last week. So, but anyways, yeah, hopefully everything is fine there. Go ahead.
Reckon I Mike Tango Victor, what is it?
Hey, well, thanks for doing the net. It was really nice to hear everybody. I'm sorry I didn't get in earlier, but at least I made it. And I try to get here every Wednesday night. All the best. VE1 OL clear.
Yeah, okay, very good, Aubrey. And Mike has some info on Vern there. VE9 MCA, VE1 JBL. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, VE1 JBL and VE1 OL. From what I heard, I think Vern had a fall, and he's presently in the Trinity hospital there. I think he's doing okay, just recuperating from his fall there, Aubrey. So that's why you probably didn't hear him, and he didn't want to take it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I was wondering, if something like that might have happened, or a stroke or something. So I hope he's okay. I'm so used to hearing him, but he usually calls into every net knowing, and I listen to most of them, and I haven't heard him for the last while. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. VE1 well.
Yeah, okay, very good, Aubrey. And yeah, thanks, Mike, for the info. And if you do hear him on there or talking to somebody related to him or something like that, let him know that we're all thinking about him here on the Maritime Fusion Net there. Go ahead, Mike. Yeah, okay, very good, very good. Mike, you still copy me in VE9MCA?
Yeah, copy 100% there, Jim. E1JBL, VE9MCA.
Yeah, okay, very good, Mike. Yeah, I just mentioned if you're talking to anybody that knows Vern, or if you're talking to him or whatever, just let him know that we're all thinking about him here on the Maritime Fusion Net there. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good. I think somebody mentioned the phone number that you could call him at the hospital, but I'm not sure. I didn't copy down the number, but not sure who had it and that who made the announcement. But I guess he's doing okay. He just had a bad fall there and went in for a checkup or something, or he's recuperating in the hospital. It's been a couple of weeks, I guess. So probably don't know how long he's going to stay there, but he didn't want to take his portable with him there. So I think he said he'd probably rest and maybe have some physio to get back up to par or something. So that's the reason why he's not on the air. But yeah, for sure he's a good character to have there, and had a bit of practice to the nets there. He won. And by the way, Jim, have yourself a good trip there. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. I remember in '84 when I went, well, we were going to go camping and that, so we did bring some extra clothes and that, but there was still snow on the hills there, so we didn't camp. We stayed in hotels most of the time there. So, but we went into the province together. I think I did over 2,000 miles altogether, so we did a lot of traveling. That's the only way that she knew for land, I guess. V1JBL, VE9MCA portable.
Yeah, okay, very good, Mike. Good and everything there, and good on Vern. I'm sure we'll hear him back there again. They're aggravating the airwaves, as he always says there. So, yeah, I'm sure he'll be back there. Yeah, we're just going to stay in the West Coast there, Mike. We're just going to travel up the West Coast and spend a couple of days at Grossmorn, and then up to St. Anthony for 3 days, and then back down over to Bayvert Peninsula. Taking in all the little fishing villages along the coast there, and right at the tip of those little villages, there'll be lots of icebergs to see off the tip of those ones too. So we're gonna have, and then we're staying in the lighthouse. We actually rented a lighthouse for the last 2 nights in Newfoundland. We found a lighthouse online there. We called them up, and they said, "Sure, yep, no problem at all." They had 2 places, and one was a lighthouse, so you get the whole lighthouse to yourself. So you can actually stay there. So that's going to be our last 2 nights in Newfoundland before we head back. So we're looking forward to that too. So, anyways, very good, Mike. Okay, good and everything, and we'll be able to make the net there next week. So have a good net there, and you can send me a recap though. Send me a recap after your net there next week there, and I'll get it when I get back home there. So very good. Have yourself a great evening. Thanks for the info, and we'll be talking to you. VE9MCA portable from VE1JBL.
Yeah, okay, Jim. Finding everything. Enjoy your trip. I enjoyed mine very much to see Johnson Meadows, which was a Viking village. I was quite impressed with the way they did things back then. And went to St. Anthony. They had a whole bunch of nurses there. I think it's sort of the medical thing for most of the northeastern Canada. Was a big operation there. But yeah, my son went up there a couple of years ago, and there's this fellow handed him